Welcome back to the deep dive. So you've probably seen the ads online, the ones promising laundry
Oh,
freedom.
yeah, those little foldable washing machines.
Exactly. They're marketed so heavily to people in apartments, RV owners. And today, we've got a whole stack of independent tests and user reviews. We're going to really dive into the gap between that slick marketing and, well, the soggy reality.
Right. Our whole mission here is consumer transparency. These things boast a 16-liter capacity, food-grade materials, 3 cleaning modes.
Sounds impressive.
It does. But we're going to look at whether those features actually add up to a useful appliance or if they're just, specs on a box that fall apart when you actually use it.
Okay, so let's start with the biggest one, the capacity. 16 liters sound like you could get a decent amount of clothes in there, right?
You'd think so. But the consumer reports we looked at show a huge discrepancy.
How big?
Well, that 16-liter number is functionally a myth. In the real world, you're looking at maybe 6 lightweight T-shirts
Yeah.
or 2 pairs of jeans at most.
Wait, just 2 pairs of jeans. What happens if you put more in?
That's the key.
Yeah.
Users consistently say if you fill it more than, say, 3/4 full, the little motor just struggles, the water doesn't circulate, and it starts splashing everywhere.
So the advertised maximum capacity is basically unusable.
Exactly. You have to baby it just to get it to run.
Yeah.
And even when it is running, the effectiveness is questionable. Let's talk about the spin function.
Okay.
Testers said the basket shakes violently. I mean, really violently, even when the little suction cups in the bottom are stuck down.
A shaking machine that only holds 6 shirts. That doesn't exactly scream convenience.
Not at all.
Hmm.
And when they actually measured the water extraction,
Huh.
well, the clothes came out about 70% damp.
70%. So still dripping.
Pretty much. You're facing hours of air drying time.
Yeah.
It completely cancels out any time you thought you were saving. And that's before we mentioned it's cold water only. It's okay for freshening up some delicates maybe, but it's not going to touch any real stains.
This gets right to the hidden cost, doesn't it? The cost of your time. I mean, the alternative is the laundromat, which the source material says is about $7 a load. If this thing is supposed to save you that $7, what's the trade-off in manual labor?
It's immense. That laundry freedom they promise means you are personally filling it with buckets of water, pouring the soap, managing the little drain hose,
And wringing clothes by hand.
and bringing clothes by hand between cycles. It's not a hands-off process.
And the time analysis from the test really nails that point. To get soap out properly, because the agitation is so weak, the average load needed 3 separate rinse cycles.
3. So that promised 10-minute wash just turned into a 40-minute hands-on chore.
When you put $7 against 40 minutes of your own labor, that value proposition just shrinks, doesn't it?
It really does. And if you're putting in that much effort, you'd at least hope it lasts.
Right. For $60, what's the durability like?
Not great. We saw a lot of user reports about the motors failing within 3 months.
3 months. Wow.
Yeah. And beyond the motor, testers documented that the silicone at the fold point starts to degrade. One site saw material weakness after only about 30 fold cycles.
If you're using it in a small apartment, you're going to hit that 30-cycle limit really, really fast.
Very fast. So our analysis suggests that, look, maybe for a very specific occasional use, like rinsing a bathing suit while camping, maybe, but for routine laundry, you'd probably be better off with a portable twin tub machine for a similar price. And we should be clear, this is all just educational commentary on a consumer product. We encourage you to assess marketing claims critically.
So what's the big takeaway here? It seems to be that a space-saving feature can come with a huge hidden time burden. You have to consider the real cost of convenience.
Exactly.
So here's the thought to leave you with. If the time you spend managing this device, the filling, the rinsing, the wringing, the extra drying time, is more than the time it takes to walk to a laundromat, when does the solution stop being helpful and just become another chore that breaks after 30 uses?